This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the CEO of Monumental Minerals, Dr. Jamil Sater. Jamil, it's great to have you back on. It's been a bit. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing today?
I am well. I wanted to catch up. You have multiple projects that you're advancing. You had some news earlier this month about the finalization of drill targets and the drilling program that you're planning at your heavy rare earth element project in Mexico. Rare earths, of course, in the news once again as there are mounting fears of, potentially China deciding, especially with the heavy rare earths, to go ahead and restrict export of those very, very important metals. And so I wanted to have you on and just kind of get an update and see where things were at. I know that 2023 is a pivotal year for the company, and so I thought it would be worthwhile to catch up.
Absolutely. So 2022 was very much a building year. It was a year where we had projects. We picked up several projects. We built teams and we did a lot of surface exploration. And 2023 is it's pretty much the year of the drill. So it's drill, baby, drill. And at the Jamil project, we're planning to be drilling there in June of this year. So we have 6 holes planned for a total of 1,800 meters. This is really based on the excellent work that was done with our on the ground team. That's ProDemin, that's run by Craig Gibson out of Mexico. We think that doing approximately 300 meters per hole, we're going to be able to explore the deeper parts of the system and to really better understand the project and to find the source of those mineralized dikes and veins that we see at the surface.
Now, I mentioned the importance of the heavy rare earths, and this project, this Jamil project, is a heavy rare earth project. For those that may not be familiar with the rare earth space and the very important, economic considerations and differences between the light rare earths and the heavies, can you please provide just a basic primer there for us?
Of course. So there's really 4 rare earths that are the main economic, provide most of the economic value for a rare earth deposit. So that's neodymium and praseodymium. Those are your lights. And then terbium and dysprosium, which are your heavies. So they all kind of go into magnets, but the heavies, so the terbium and dysprosium, those ones increase the operating temperature of your magnet by double. So you don't lose magnetism until about 160 degrees. But they're really significant because China has an absolute monopoly on them. They mine almost all the rare earths or heavy rare earths globally. And then they have the entire supply chain all the way down to the consumer products that we buy. And that does make a lot of people, especially Western governments, quite uneasy. There's been, I think that most recently in the news, this kind of started with the Chinese spy balloon, and after the U.S. military shot it down, the first thing that the Chinese did was cut off Raytheon and Lockheed Martin.
Yeah. So
small, but kind of a shot over the bow. And, as you said, there's been more rumblings from China. They've told the U.S. and told other countries that they're cutting off rare earth technologies. So they will not ship rare earth technologies anymore to these other countries. So we're starting to see rumblings of 2010 when they throttled rare earths to Japan and the prices went parabolic.
I had some spectacular gains during that price spike. I'm talking, companies much like Monumental that right now are 16, 17, 18 cents. I remember Rare Element Resources was one of them. And that eventually shot
That's
up
right.
as high as $18 within a matter of a
That's
year
crazy.
to a year and a half. And so Look, I think there is definitely the potential for that type of geopolitical situation to develop once again. Um, Tell me a bit about the system that you have at Jimmy and how that compares maybe with some of your peer deposits, some analogs that maybe people could dig into a bit just to get a better idea of the type of system you're looking to drill into.
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah. So what we really see at the surface, as I was mentioning, is we see these dikes, these veins that are highly mineralized in rare earths, specifically in heavy rare earths, in a mineral called eudialyte. Um, and when we look at the geological models that have been developed from the work that was done by Craig and his group, is it looks very similar to the top of a system that would be like Tanbreez in Greenland, Norra Shar in Sweden, Mount Saint Hilaire in Quebec and Canada.
Hmm.
Um, and these are all layered intrusions. And what we think is that, when we drill our 300-meter holes, that we will start to hit these parts of these layered intrusions. And that what we're looking for essentially is the magma source that fed these dikes and these veins near the surface. And so that's what we are anticipating we're going to hit with these holes.
Well, there's nothing like a drill turning and making a discovery. I'm looking forward, obviously, to what you turn up there. We have to talk lithium a bit, and we have to talk Chile before I let you go. There's a lot going on in the lithium
Absolutely.
space. Yeah, the headlines, the gloom and doom headlines are that this lithium spot price has taken a hit. In 2023, I would caution to those that really want to learn more about the space, to look at the contract price, which is not equally important, more important than the spot price, right? This is the contract price being where transactions are actually made. That's held up really well. And there's a lot of people
Absolutely.
much smarter than I, people like Joe Lowry, that believe that 2023 will see, higher contract prices than 2022. And so, again, just a word of caution to those that think that the lithium bull cycle is had its run. I think it's far from over. I think if you're of that camp, you're going to miss out on substantial gains moving forward. With that being said, Chile's had a lot of advancements in regards to lithium. And of course, you have a project there that you're developing a bit at a time. Can you get into that a bit?
Yeah, Chile's been in the news quite a bit, and it's been, especially most of the news has been regarding this public-private model for lithium, lithium exploration or lithium mining. The Chilean government sees lithium as being very strategic, and they want to make sure that they get their cut and they see value. And I don't blame them. I would probably want to do the same if I was in their position as well. But they also understand that they are not experts in lithium exploration or extraction, and that they need to work with private companies. And so they're developing this private public model that they haven't come out with the final blueprint yet on how it will work, but what they see is some sort of partnership, I think, and that it will be region to region, depending on the region's social and economic requirements. But like I said, they understand that they don't have the know-how, and so they want to work with other lithium producers or other lithium companies. And I'll also say, that there is zero risk of Chile or the government in Chile nationalizing any of these assets that companies like ours have. There are treaties in place with Chile that prevent this, and the government's not stupid. They don't want to drive away foreign investment. They don't want to scare people away. So they're trying to come up with some sort of model. And I actually think it's quite a positive thing, because what it does is it makes it puts the government with skin in the game. So that they have a real drive to get these projects across the line and to start producing and start making money, and so that everyone makes money. And in terms of our project specifically, with Turing, Laguna Blanca, they're progressing well. We're laying the foundations for drilling. We're ticking all the boxes with respect to various regulatory and groups and stakeholders. So things are moving forward very, very well. And we've also, as I've discussed here, we've also got our ears to the ground, especially on how things will move forward in Chile with the government and this new blueprint.
You have a tiny market cap. You have 2 projects that you're advancing towards drilling. You're in the right commodities, in my opinion, with lithium and rare earths. Both projects seem to have fertile systems for a discovery. I am looking forward, starting with Jamil, to seeing what the drill bit turns up. Jamil, it is always insightful and a pleasure to have you on. Anything to add to that before I let you go?
No, I think that's great. Gerardo, thank you very much for having me on today, and have yourself a great weekend.
All right, you as well. We'll chat soon.
All right, cheers.
Bye now. Hey everybody, Gerardo Del Real here. If you're enjoying the content that you just saw, you can let us know in 3 simple steps. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and please share across your network and on social media. Take care, everybody.